Action. All right, rarely do we do 2 shop walks in a day, but today is a special day because we've been flowing through the bikes, get them all done, right, Daniel?
Yeah.
999R came in from South Africa. Cool thing about this bike, beyond the obvious things, is it has a really cool Ducati Performance titanium subframe. Unfortunately, after pulling off the fairings, found a couple little gremlins, little ding in the radiator, a bunch of safety wiring, which shows it's tracked. It is a 999R, it's number 200 of 500 made, so it's still a special bike. Full carbon fiber body on these ones. It's got the tie rods, all the other stuff that the 999Rs have. But it'll be a deal because it's not perfect, right? So we're gonna do, we'll do belts, we'll do fluids. Tires look like they're okay, although they look like they're kind of weird looking, but whatever. Zard exhaust, nice fancy Lockhart Phillips turn signals. Gets that, and the nice afterthought 999 style tail light. I love that. It's like
beautiful.
Here we designed a bike, but now we're gonna put a tail light.
Oh,
on.
we need a light.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, so we'll get this one done. One of the cool things I've seen on these bikes in the past when people are doing them is they put a nice little LED strip. Have you seen it before, Angel?
Yeah.
They do that for the brake light?
Way cleaner.
Yeah, super cool. So that's a good option for the next guy. And one more thing I want to point out, Angel, since you have the camera, is that they did a great job of the carbon kind of coming through the fairing. So obviously you see the carbon, it's all one piece, and the letters the carbon throws through there as well. So at least it's got the proper fairings, and again, this titanium subframe, which is super cool. And we'll get it together, right? So moving on, we talked about that one already in the last video. This one just went up on the lift. It's a 916 SPS.
One of my favorites.
One of Angel's favorites, number 473-ish, I think I can see that. Cool thing about this bike, and the reason why they're so desirable, is the graphics. It's one of the reasons why on the later models, they kind of, Ducati went pretty much blank. It's a blank slate, it's all red, none of this. It's a monoposto, so it's also desirable with the SPSs. Carbon fiber swing arm cover, which seems like it's not glued on, which is good. So before we do the auction, one of the things that we do is we pull all that stuff off to make sure there's no hidden gremlin, if you will, underneath it. The wheel tone on this bike though, the wheel color and frame color, to me, looks a little off, right, Angel?
It does.
It has a bit of a greenish kind of gold tint to it, as opposed to the, and I don't remember these swept spoke wheels either.
Not on the 916. It had a 3-spoke.
Three spoke, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the wheels are wrong. It's obviously a restoration with this frame color. It's still an SPS. It's still a desirable bike. And after we pull the fairings off, we'll get a better look at what we're looking at.
That's really good. You got that too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's really good. You got that.
I'm just happy to have Angel. That is the nicest thing Angel's ever said to me. All right, let's squeeze through here really quick. We've already talked about all these bikes. Josh, your old news. I'm sorry.
Hi, Josh.
Where's Steve? Hiding. The EBR, he already has it running. I want to hear this really quick. I have the honor of riding one of these tomorrow.
This one.
That's this one. We only have one. They only made I want to say 6 of this paint job. So it's kind of a special edition bike. Jason at Testimo Custom Paint did this, much like he did on our couple of our bikes for us. Our NR750 was also done by Jason. The cool thing about this bike, beyond the obvious stuff like I always talk about, it's a really interesting wheel design, kind of a split kind of spoke. It has, like I said, the radial mount brakes, which is helps with the whole geometry of the ride, which I screwed up on the last video. But let's hear it real quick.
For a second there, I thought you were talking about the perimeter brake.
Perimeter brakes.
Silly me.
What did I say? What did I say?
Radial.
That's gonna get it right today. Anyway. Good, huh? Come check out the headlights. Really interesting looking headlight.
Horn works.
Alright. Is that cool? Our friend Camming has one, and he has the carbon fiber brake venting. Ducts, there you have it.
Oh yeah.
I can't seem to get any terms right on this bike. In my defense, I talk about hundreds of bikes, so this one's got me a couple of
You
different
just
times.
got to think America.
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 Oh, you know what though? Speaking of this bike, I read an article recently from Cycle World comparing this against the new Panigale, and they actually seem like they gave this better reviews mostly. This is a few
Wow.
years old. The only thing that it had a problem with is they recalled the front rotors, if I remember right. And so they fixed that, and I believe all of them were sorted out, including this one. So hopefully don't get a really shaky front end, but we'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And while we're at it, Angel, real quick, we'll finish up on this note. Much like the 999, it looks like they were doing the aftermarket or the afterthought taillight as well. Right?
Yeah, the whole tail section is like, oh, let's put it on a stop so they can just take it off.
Is that what it is?
Kind of like the KTM.
Yeah, 3 volts. Looks like the whole thing comes off and you have an open tail and then make it look all pretty.
Angel, look. All right, it's a customer's bike. I'm not going to be riding this one especially hard tomorrow, but I'll definitely...
What do you always say?
What?
That's what you always say.
No, I won't. Tires are like 7 years old, so I will not be doing that. Thank you.